Yeah, hello and welcome to the live stream. Another Sunday evening live stream, and I have an occasion to do that too, actually, and they're both on the left hand side of the screen. I'm going to play some 3+2 Blitz games, playing here in a team battle. Let's go there. I have to go click a little bit here. I'm sorry that this doesn't look too well on the screen, but we'll get there. So there is a team battle, in fact, scheduled for tonight, and we have a league system now established on Lichess, more than one league actually, and this is one league that is mostly comprised of German teams, and I'm playing there with my hometown club of Dienstlaken. It's not a huge team, but we have a couple of friends playing there, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with this format. Yeah, we have a couple of teams here, as you see in the tournament list, and they comprise of players, and the top X players do count. So let's say in my case, if you look at the Dienstlaken team, this is a little bit badly formatted because I never streamed a tournament before. But we have currently 13 people in the list, and the best 7 will count. And it's essentially working like an arena tournament. It's just that the results for a team add up. And in this case, what we need to do is, in this league, this is the third league of this league system. There is a Bundesliga, the highest one, the first league, let's say in Germany, a second league, and a third league. This is the third league. And today we are not in our best lineup. So if we kind of stay in the middle of the pack, it would be okay, like roughly okay. Only the first place goes to the league above, which will be difficult. So we are currently 1 minute away. I'm not starting another game because it's just around the corner here, the start of this tournament. Like now we have 58 seconds counting down. The other thing that I wanted to point out, which is important to me, is what is also here in the screen on the left hand side. There is a tournament, it's a knockout tournament that chess.com is currently running, and it's the I Am Not GM Speed Challenge. And that means a couple of IMs are playing, 16 of them, in a knockout tournament, and it's a longish, it's a match format. So I'm going to play a match. In fact, this is from today on. It's like tomorrow at roughly this time, 6:30 in the evening, against international master Alina Kashlinskaya. So if you have time tomorrow, watch this match. It's going to be... Can we start now? It's going to be on the chess.com Twitch channel, and will be commentated live by grandmasters. So you will get high level commentary for the matches, and those people will probably see much more than I do. So it will be interesting, I think, to watch. Okay, so here we have a close Sicilian where white is going for a slightly unusual move order. It's not moved the bishop yet, and now he does. Put the knight onto e4. I don't think I will record that match locally for YouTube tomorrow. No, I want to absolutely focus on playing, to be honest. So I have not planned to do any streaming or anything like that. That was a bit of a loose move because bishop g5 now is going to be awkward. Ouch. Yeah, I have to focus. It's not so easy, though. This is 2-5, 80 something is not the end of the world, but it's a good player. And I have already blundered. Shoot. Okay. I mean, white setup is absolutely harmless, but if you play it like I did, you can knight f6 is just a bad move, of course. Makes absolutely no sense. I'm threatening h6 now. Yeah, things are fine. Absolutely. Thanks for asking, Gajinsko. And hello to Fuchsia. Great, have some regulars in the chat. So, yeah, here I'm doing not too badly, even though that was not planned, everything. Okay, now probably just going to develop. Still slightly uncomfortable, this thing. I should probably take on h6 and play queen f8. I will do that next, I guess. Oh, Fuchsia says she moderated the YouTube chat of the Magnus Invitational. Probably this must be pure hell. The Twitch chat was already very hard to stand. Like everybody and their uncle had something to complain, and it was really in almost all of those cases completely uncalled for or plain spam. Rook c8 is just anticipating the move d4. I'm playing a little bit too quickly, honestly. It's 3+2, but in preparation for the match tomorrow against IM Kashlinskaya, I'm sorry, I have played quite a bit of Blitz and Bullet on chess.com to prepare. You simply have to get adjusted to the site. It's just very different, the playing experience on chess.com compared to Lichess and also compared to chess24. So it's important to get a little bit of experience with the platform. So I'm hoping for this. I'm not sure if I'm better here or anything, but I have an interesting piece configuration here, the bishop on b3 and the knight coming to c4. His knight on e2 is an abysmal piece, really bad. And what exactly is he doing about the pawn on b2? I don't know what it is. The match, yes, it's part of a bigger event. There are 16 international masters taking part, and it's a knockout format. So if I happen to win the match, I'm going to be seeded into the next round, and there are some really strong players involved. For example, if I should win, if I happen to win it, I will play the winner of the match between Elisabeth Paetz and Eric Rosen. You probably know both players. So I'm just winning material here. But my opponent, she's really strong. She's got a rating of 2,480 something, so she outrates me in classical time control. In Blitz, I think it's fairly even, is what I expect, but we'll see what happens. I expect very strong preparation from my opponent tomorrow. She is married to Radoslav Wojtaszek, the chief second of former world champion Vichy Anand. And yeah, probably she will be get a bit of support in preparation. So let's see what happens. I won this game. That was good. Thanks for the great feedback here in the chat. You watched so many of my videos. It sounds great. Okay, now I won the first game. That was good. But let's see what happens now. So we're currently leading. So you see that there are 7 players counting. I'm not really sure that I am the underdog in the match. I would be the underdog against her in tournament chess, in classical time control chess. I mean, a slight one is like a 50 or 60 rating point difference, but she's definitely more active, more of an active player. But I'm not sure what happens in Blitz. I really have no clue. She's fairly high rated on chess.com in Blitz and Bullet, but you never really know what that means. Also, because most of the online chess ratings are related to non-increment Blitz or Bullet, and in the chess.com event, we are playing increment all the time, 3 + 1, 5 + 1, 1 + 1. And this is an entirely different animal, if you ask me. And something that usually is quite favorable for me. Not like anything decisive, but I like increment. White has f4 here. This was rook b8 was a terrible move. A really bad move. Jesus. Sorry. I was bad. Oh my goodness, I'm completely lost. I just did not pay attention enough. I cannot take as bishop takes wins immediately, so I have to kind of throw the kitchen sink. I don't know, maybe it is the other way around. I'm just saying that it's a reasonably well-known fact that she is married to Wojciech, and so I wouldn't mind to be helped by a world-class second in my match preparation. Okay, b5 is just like a bit of a desperate call, let's say. I'm totally lost. I mean, it's not even a fight or anything. How awful. Ugh. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, white is basically winning with whatever. You could consider to resign, actually. That would be maybe proper match strategy. Or tournament strategy. Match strategy is, of course, the wrong term. Okay. Let's attack the b2 pawn. And it's not even, that's an important thing. And this is also increment, 3 + 2. So I cannot simply try to win on time. Flag the guy. I mean, I'm not sure I'm the faster player, but even though that is not possible. Okay, so I'm going to take this. It's, of course, what? Why is that working? So he's going to... He's got this check on d6. Yeah, I mean, you could resign. It could be a good thing to do. Yeah, I should. You're completely right. Okay, so that was a totally terrible game. Played this like an absolute beginner. I have to focus more. That was a terrible opening result. Let's be a little bit more focused. I'm looking at the board and at the chat, and I have to be a little bit more focused on the games, as this is not just a single player tournament but a team event, so a little bit of focus is called for. Usually I don't stream these events or do any sort of video, because I want to focus on playing for the team, and this is an important thing. We usually have a Discord server in place, and but we don't have this today. The people who are usually on the Discord cannot play tonight, so I'm not missing anything, so to say. Yeah, and I've forgotten my theory here in the Sveshnikov. I also have to absolutely adjust to the time. That is extremely important. I've played lots of non-increment 3-minute in the last couple of days, and this is just so different. Okay. I go bishop to d7. I don't like this so much. I don't like my position here. Or still this one. Tough to say. Bishop c2 maybe. And then bishop b3. Yeah, it's not good at all. My position is not good. Let's attack this. I don't know if bishop f7 was a good move. I mean, absolutely not sure about it. On knight d5, I can actually not take it because of queen takes. This is a bummer. Yes, I played in a team event yesterday as well for my Chessable team. Okay, if I take d5, bishop takes, I cannot do this. That's a tricky position. Maybe I can also take and play knight e5. This is also interesting. Let's do that. Knight f3 is, of course, a very blunt threat. Yeah, not very sophisticated, but I don't know if it's good. Hello to Master Legend from Schachfreunde Augsburg. They are also playing this event, I think so. Don't spy on me. Just making a joke here, of course. So going for the breakthrough. C takes, rook takes. So what's happening here? C takes, rook takes. Queen takes, there's a check and I win the queen. All right, now, how do I, if I take here, remove the defender of the g4 square. Solving tactics a day can keep the doctor away, or something like that. So I don't really do tactics at the moment, but it's really helpful if you do. Check. And now, how do we finish this thing? e5 is hanging, unfortunately. Bishop e8 for bishop c6 maybe is an interesting try. I don't see anything yet. e5 is hanging with check, so I cannot take on g3. On the other hand, it's just a check, right? It's I still threaten the mate there. Does that work? Ah, he's got to check on e5. Okay, anyway, let's play. I missed knight e6 actually. That was pretty bad miss. I mean, I don't think I really blundered the game away, but it was absolutely not necessary to do that. I had knight g4. That was the absolutely most basic thing to do. But I think this wins. I don't see what he's going to do here. So take. I'm going to be a piece up. So nothing too difficult, I think, to expect. Yeah, okay. It is increment, so I will manage. I'm a little bit behind in the tournament. I'm on. You don't see that probably. I'm 22nd at the moment. The loss in the third round is a bit of a problem, or the second round, because you don't get this streak going. One thing, I have one request actually. Please don't send me joined requests for the group, because it's only for my chess club. So I'm going to decline them. It's not. I'm not going to. It's not meant in any unfriendly way. It's just like it's just for our chess club. So a very odd way for black to play with the knights sitting here. What's that? That's kind of cute. I just played like a Catalan, and black played, I don't know, some kind of unconventional way. Made in 22 in my game. I didn't see a made in 22. The engines nowadays can do remarkable things, but you don't see made in 22 too often. Okay, I'm out for bishop b2. After c5, I'm going to play d5. Yeah, I'm curious about the match tomorrow, in particular about the commentary team. Today, there is a match played between international master Tanya Sachdev and Levi Rossman. And the commentary team is really strong. It's comprised of Robert Hess and Vidit Gurati. I'm not doing right here with the pronunciation. Vidit is rated 2,730 or something. He's like world, I'm not quite sure, number 20 or something like that. So a very strong player. So if they have this kind of a strong commentary team tomorrow, I'm going to be terribly roasted for my play, I guess. Yeah, hello, Vintage Watchpoint. Greetings. So what I'm trying is to put the queen onto c3 and maybe build up on that long diagonal. After the somewhat dubious opening, Black, I think, did quite well. He's not in terrible shape here. I mean, I'm happy with White, with the bishop pair and so on, but it's not like Black is, sorry, in absolutely awful shape. Yes, that International Master Tournament from chess.com is basically one match a day. I think there's one day where there are two matches, but it's basically happening through the coming week. Tomorrow is the third match, and it's usually starting a little bit after the Magnus tournament finishes. So you probably will watch the Magnus Invitational somewhat, and right after they are done, that IM thing is going on. Yeah, queen takes, there was d6. So checking. Check, check, check. Okay, let's open this up. Yeah, so this International Master event is a fun one. I'm looking forward to play. And there are also many well-known people participating. We have, for example, Lawrence Trent playing. I mean, he's also doing currently the commentary for the Magnus event, and kind of, I'm not quite sure why, somewhat controversial. He's playing, there's Greg Shahadi is playing, so many well-known IMs are playing. As I said already, Eric Rosen, Elizabeth Pates, so many well-known players. And also is Carissa Yip is playing, very promising junior player from the US. I think she's 15 or 16 and already has beaten the women world champion Zhu Wenjun in the Cairns Cup somewhat a couple of weeks ago. So she's a very promising young player. Yeah, here I'm going to mate him, I think. Bishop d7, queen a8 check. And if he goes, he can go to f8, but then queen a8. So this is also mate. Yeah, so back to the tournament. Yeah, hello and greetings to Carsten. And all other guys in the chat. Sorry if I'm not as interactive. I try to, but also have to get rolling. We are currently on the 3rd place. This is good, but this is all very, very close. It seems that Latino's chess is not playing. I'm not, yeah, I did some practice on chess.com, but the thing is that I want to, I support my team. This is kind of a given that I'm playing this event here on eChess. So this is what I do. I did practice a bit on chess.com. In fact, I was a little bit surprised when they sent me the seeding for that event that that I was seeded so low. I was seeded at number 14 out of 16, and that didn't feel all that correct to me. And I checked why, because my ratings on chess.com were completely terrible. So I sat down for 2 days, played a couple of hours, and now my rating is a lot better. So I'm now rated similarly to the highest seeded persons in the tournament. So that feels a little bit more realistic. But of course here I'm playing for my team and not on chess.com. Okay, I have a really good position here. I think queen a4 comes to mind for knight c7 check, and queen takes a8. So I'm going to, he does not react to that. The question is Queen A8, Queen A8, Knight C7, and then he will take on B2. He will get a ton of pawns there. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm also much better here. That could be a wrong approach, of course, but it's what it is. Not going to spend ages here. I'm playing the number 1 seed in the tournament, so he's a little bit higher rated than I am. But I already won against him in the first game, and it seems that I have a ton of history with him, probably from bullet chess. I've played a bit of 1+1 and D chess over the years. So this is not very much fun for black. I'm simply threatening to take on c6 and demolish his pawn structure. Now, yeah, knight takes, or what are we going to do? Yeah, it is much better for white then. But it's not clear that it is winning. It's not, but I'm going to do it. Okay, he's not threatening to take, because queen takes. I will win this back. So I can go to a7. That is the simplest one. I think I'm going to do that. That is the simplest way to play. This is difficult to convert, but it's of course a very one-sided advantage. Maybe rook b1. What? Rook b1 was better, I thought. That is truly odd here what he did. So let's get the queen closer to this. And probably, yeah, probably the rook here. Okay. Don't mind that. Now I've got 2 extra pawns. It's still not so easy to win, we have to say. I have no particular rating goal on D chess, just want to play okay. D5 is what I'm going to go for here. D5. And then, yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is the thing. It's not clear that the queen trade wins. It could win, but this is not totally certain. It's not clear that the queen trade wins. Like to have this bishop on c4, or g4 maybe. And then push the pawns. Yeah, I need f4. I need f4. That's absolutely certain. Just want to do this at the right moment. How am I doing that? The bishop has to go to c4, I guess. Yeah, it's no other way, I guess. So this one. Bishop is on c4 and then the queen to e4. That is the ideal configuration. And then f4, f5, ideally. So now f4. Yeah, this is looking good, huh? It's got this check though. Have to prevent that. Queen g6 checkmate. So let's get this on the, let's get this rolling. This one. He's got this check idea still. Just going to repeat a little bit and then see how I do this. Yeah, he had the queen trade. I'm going to go for that now. I don't want to play this on forever. Okay. Doesn't go queen d5. It might be lost also. I'm playing a team battle. Yeah, taking this is clearly not going to work. On e5, I mean. That is a win, I think. f6. Maybe not. Bishop f5. Wow. Now the king cannot approach. Can go here. King e5 though. Threatening king f7 now. King f7. And that's it. Yeah, that was a bit of a longish way to convert this position. Very long, but it's what it is. Yeah, I'm still a little bit stuck, but at least I won this, and that gets me 4 points. Now playing Höllenhund. The dog from hell, yeah. So stopping b4 for the moment. Yeah, thanks for the kind words about tomorrow. I hope it will help. Why not d5? White can play d5. That's not wrong. Okay, what is this? I can go g5, knight e4. I wonder if that is good. Or I can also go here, which is a strategically desirable move. Let's do this. e4, there's always knight d4. That doesn't really do much. This a4 move was played to make the queen side, yeah, frozen in a way. Yeah, frozen, not like in the what is that Disney movie? Just like you cannot move any pawns there. Okay, so knight c5 is going to be the move. Yeah, this is played in a league. Yeah, it's a mostly German league. Mostly with the German teams is what I'm trying to say. It's a bit of a lazy move, admittedly. Höllenhund, the guardian of hell. This is probably a good translation, yes. Okay, interesting. Now what? This one maybe? It's a bit of a controversial decision. I can also do that. What's going on here? I have prepared a little bit for the match tomorrow, but I will do most of that tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. That the Höllenhund might also refer to a comic book series like that. I think it's in German it's Tim und Struppi. Yeah, I think I'm not sure what the English version is. Is that Tintin? I think it could be, right, from Hergé. I think it's something like that. So I'm a piece up, but Höllenhund is not Adventures of Tintin. Yeah. I also, yeah, Tintin, I read, I had all the comics when I was a kid. It was always good fun. And the Höllenhund, that was always what was Captain Haddock when he was cursing. Yeah, he was always, in German at least, referring to Höllenhund. Yeah, this is a comfortable position because I have basically everything under control. Yes, Archibald Haddock. It's famous last words, yeah? I've got everything under control. Yes, haddock is the word, it's for a fish, that's true. Knight f4, or what's going on? I can go here, right? So knight f4 I can simply take, but f2 is also attacked, so the d4 rook is hanging. Strong knights, very strong. Time to resign, Höllenhund. Yes. Okay, so I'm not doing too badly. I'm on 8th place, but it's always a little bit of a, you have to get those streaks going. Yeah, I know. Strong is from a famous movie. Oh, it's very close to a famous movie. Threatening knight g5, which is duly ignored. Well, that is actually fun because I'm not winning. I'm just winning strategically. I'm much better strategically. If he takes, I take, and I'm better, but I'm not winning. Yes, it was Stonk in the movie. So we're doing okay with my team. We have 77 points, but it's all very, very close. Yeah, like it's 10 points till 8th place. Yeah, Stonk. Exactly. And I'm playing Schach du Nase, which is a German handle, of course. I mean, Nase is actually the German word for nose. But the translation into English would probably something like "check you fool" or something like that. Like Nase can be in German. It's of course the nose, but it can be said in jest to someone you just want to kind of pull a leg, something like that. So c3. This is a position that I have looked at, the type of position in my d4 repertoire. It is not much for white, but you can sometimes claim a small advantage based on the pawn structure. We'll see if this is relevant here, maybe not. Black's position seems very solid. He has the slightly worse pawn structure, but it doesn't feel all that important. Well, this is a bit surprising. Whoa, really? So he gives me quite a good amount of tempi in this position. Like rook d4 even. a5, it's not so great, not as great as I thought, but it's a double attack actually. If I go here, he cannot play rook c8, he has to do it like that. Okay, and now rook h4 is also always possible, so let's see. It's a bit of a pull. A Queen's Gambit accepted repertoire for black is something that I had considered in the past. That is absolutely true. And it might happen, but it's not very high on the list, honestly, because there are many possible projects, and I think more likely there are other things to happen. Okay, now e5 is not a move. And he's a little bit confined there on the back. Maybe he can try to give yeah, something like that for rook c2. G4. This one. Yeah, that's a good move. Yeah, that was well played by Black. I don't think I'm in danger, but he defended as well. Rook c2 is good. Rook c3 probably as well. I'm not streaming the match against Alina Kashtinskaya tomorrow. I really want to focus on playing. I know that John Bartholomew did that with his match against David Pruss, but I want to focus on the actual match. On the playing, I mean. Yeah, well played here by Black. Cannot do anything here. Yes, I have considered a make it complicated repertoire, and something like that will happen. Just not sure under what circumstances, but I want to do something like that. Yeah, make it complicated, mix it up, make it wacky. I don't know. I have a couple of ideas. This is probably a position where I should just offer a draw, honestly, but we'll see. Yeah, I think I can offer a draw here. Yeah, I don't know. This idea with keep it complicated is something, or make it complicated. I'm thinking about a couple of things. It could be something that is not as extensive as like the Keep It Simple book, where it's just like one book with everything. It could easily be just a single repertoire, let's say for white, how to beat the French, or how to, I don't know, how to play the Italian, or I'm just saying, I haven't thought about this, but it could be something like that. So we got the, yeah, you can do that. We got the Sveshnikov. And good play so far by white. Yeah, I'm not so happy with this position because my bishop on e7 looks a little bit odd. Queen a4 is also a move that's going to be awkward. He's threatening queen c6 in this position. Knight f5, also a thing. Knight d4 is a move that is like it's not, doesn't work actually. it does not work. Yeah, I misplayed this. I really misplayed this opening quite a bit. This is not doing that much, but it looks good. Okay. Yeah, this is not the end of the world, this position. It's not much fun, but Rook d7, I only saw that now. Did I blunder something? Not sure. Yeah, maybe. e4, bishop f6, that was certainly a thing. I'm not really happy about my position. This is a good move. Ouch. No, my opponent is not cheating. I'm just not playing well. This is a very safe way to play. So safe that I think it doesn't win. For him, I mean. He's a pawn up, but how do you win with white? Probably you don't. I'm attacking f2 always, so this is a bit of a problem. So going to go here. Bishop e6, king c4. I'm even winning that pawn. Even here, I'm winning the pawn. And it's absolutely no cheating here. He didn't, I mean, I don't want to say he played badly or anything. This is not the case, but he didn't really do anything special. It's just like very normalish play for a human player. Yeah, this is really not that great. Yeah, you see that I'm not in danger of losing anymore, and it's rather a matter of trying to win, but it's probably not possible. h5. It's not really doing. I should have gone to d2 probably. Let's do that. And I should do this. He's got the tempo there. I completely f5 king d3 is a tempo. Ouch. That is not good. That's a pain. I had some slight winning chances, I think. And of course this you're not winning. It's kind of impossible. Can just stay on that diagonal forever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was bad. That was a bit bad. I think I had some chances at the end even to win this position. So, close. Yeah, we are second. Very nice. Who's playing? Breilbusch. Many German players quite clearly. That makes no sense. It's not d4 happening. I pre-move that often. Only the first placed team does promote, yes. Breilbusch. This is probably just a location. I mean, I don't know. I meet some cheaters and I report them, but it is not happening so often. It's a matter of what you think is frequent and so on. It's probably a matter of definition. But I think it's still not happening very frequently. For example, in those events here, and I've played, this is the 4th or 5th one that I played. I have played probably 25 to 35 games per event. That makes it 100 something games, and I had exactly, I played one cheater. And there was a second one that I found suspicious, but that was, I reported him, but without being too sure, and they said it was not cheating, and then it's fine. But it's really not happening so often. It is, of course, a problem. I'm not denying that at all. But it's not like it's happening, I don't know, every other game. Okay, so I'm going to entomb this bishop. It probably won't help me. It still looks a lot like a French defense. No, I cannot beat the cheaters, but I'm reasonably good at identifying them. So I feel it's, if I, let's say, have reported one person, there might have been more, but not many more. Because, I mean, if you're winning, you can win on time or something like that, yeah? There's this ridiculous video that I had. I'm not an idiot. I know how people can cheat. I mean, you can see what's happening, and most don't do that. They just don't do that. I'm pretty well aware of the methods. It's not like I'm naive. It's just that there are not that many people doing it. I know, because I have a little bit of information, that you have, of all the cheating reports that get onto a website like Lichess, 99% out of 100 are wrong. They are not cheating, in fact. 99%. So, honestly, I mean, it happens. I've had it on video, but Yeah, I mean, it's kind of pointless. So here I have a fairly... Can we please ban this person? I really just like, I don't want to talk about nonsense. Not 90% are cheating. This is just like trolling what you're doing here. And you want to irritate people. That makes no sense whatsoever. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, you can also just don't continue with what you're saying. I don't want to ban you necessarily, but it's just like just ridiculous trolling, and you make people paranoid. It's just not happening. You know why this is nonsense? Because 90% of online chess players are technical, absolutely incapable of doing that. It makes absolutely no sense what you're saying. Okay, so this is completely distracting from the actual games. So let's return, and I'm playing. I mean, the thing is, you know that they're not cheating all the time. I win like 80% of my games. If I play people like that, like let's say the typical 21 whatever, I win most of the games. So people are not cheating, not all of them. There are some, absolutely, but it's not that much. It's really not that much. Okay, now let's see what's happening here. We get, funny enough, a position that looks a lot like a Spanish. This is something that I always find funny, starting with a Sicilian. You get something that looks a lot like a Spanish, a Ruy Lopez. This is not, I'm not against that all that much. I have a huge experience with this opening. So this is a pretty good Spanish also, where black is having the bishop pair and some options. My opponent here, Hüni, what? It's probably a German player, but Hüni is not... It sounds German, but it has no particular meaning. Yeah, I do still play my old Spanish line, that completely closed down thing. I do that still in Blitz mostly, because I can play a million moves and actually be ahead on the clock. This is something that is generally useful, of course, in Blitz. Hello to Dirk here. Good to meet you here on my channel. I mean, we met plenty, of course, on various Twitch channels. I still play pretty fast over the board, yes. Okay, now I'm ready to play f5, so let's get rolling. Rolling. I still play the Chigorin with black. That very closed line, and quite successfully. I've only lost one game with that in Grandmaster against the Grandmaster, Friso Naibur, but I drew a ton of GMs and I've beaten some, let's say, IMs and so on. So my score is fantastic with that opening. So even though I don't think it is that great, that super closed variation, it served me particularly well, really, over the years. Ready for Queen G5 check. It's not a very subtle trap, but play the Cosio. I don't like that line so much. It's a tricky line, but the Nimzo Bogo book lines, I think they are still quite playable. I mean, I haven't updated much. I haven't looked at every single development there over the years, but I think in general, those lines, they are mostly of a strategic nature. So I feel it's probably not very likely that there is a refutation of most of the lines. Some of them actually have become quite topical for against f3, for example. Yeah, there's a Sicilian toilet variation. It's not particularly good, but I mean, it's also not totally terrible. I would rather play the Taimanov instead of the Khan, because against the Khan you have to play really a lot against the Hedgehog, or you have to, let's say, play a Hedgehog, and I'm not a huge fan of this setup. I cannot handle it so well. Very odd White's play. Setting up Queen g6. Felt a bit strange that he had put the knight here. Now the knight is hanging and I have the checks here, queen here. Threatening here and queen g4. Yeah, okay. So I'm slowly crawling up, now second place. Slow Giraffe, whatever. He has more streaks. Yeah, those 4 pointers. I played too many draws. And now this is the chance. Yeah, play slow Giraffe. I don't know. This is not the kind of word that I can pronounce correctly. So let's drink some water. That is absolutely true. Kaiserslautern won the German football Bundesliga, right? Otto Rehagel, yes, you know all that correctly there. Yes, exactly. My match against Alina Kashinskaya is part of that GM. I am not GM thing. So I have a slightly better position. This position is mentioned in the green book behind me, the Keep It Simple d4, including all this with f4. So this is one of the main lines where white is a little bit better because of the space advantage. I have not castled. This is kind of useful. It's a pretty that's an interesting decision. g5. Maybe it's not bad. So he wants to go to g6. Very interesting. I'm not in time to play h4 here because he takes on f4 and then g4 is hanging. It's a bit annoying, actually. That looks like a very well played game by Black. And Rook C8. I'm just better initially out of the opening, but he played this extremely well. I wonder what I missed there, because this G5 was really extremely problematic. Not sure that he made the best out of his chances here. I wonder if Rook H1 is actually interesting. This Rook H8, yeah, maybe. I try to defend actively in this position. There are a couple of scenarios that would be fairly, let's say, non-critical. Yeah, I don't feel it's knight e5. Again, I don't mind if he takes so much. It's really... Yeah, very well played. Very well played by him. So... Okay, now this one for Rook B8. He cannot enter currently. Here, yeah, I've got everything covered. Rook B8 is the idea. If he goes King D7, I have Rook F8. Or like Rook B8, King C7, and Rook here. If he has to go Rook G6 here, then I'm fine. I think I should be okay at least. So the check first, or how do we do this? I cannot go Knight D2 because of Rook G2. Maybe this one. Tough game. Now this tournament is just running for 2 hours and it's still going on 40 something minutes. Okay, this one. And now I'm going to offer him a draw. You can try a5 with black, but this is kind of risky. Yeah. He played very well out of the opening. I really had nothing at all. Tricky. Knight f8, g6, that was very strong. Like g5 and knight f8, g6. Very strong stuff. Okay. What is the team situation? A bit too late, yeah. To check, I mean. Playing Prof Chapeau. It's a bit of a strange move. Why do you go right into this? Okay. Wow. Okay. This kind of thing always drives me nuts. Yeah, if people like play stuff that looks completely awful and somehow it's not losing immediately. I mean, you can never know that it doesn't lose immediately. They just play it and it works for some whatever reason, yeah. Okay, so my opponent was a very strong player, right? Slow Giraffe, or whatever you pronounce it. Vorobiev he's a strong GM, right? Okay, so he played very strong. I mean, it looked like a very strong game by Black. Okay, so we're in some kind of pin. C4 is hanging, so I'm going to cover it. And here Queen B5 maybe. Tough. Okay, now the knight, I could move that, knight e5 or something. I'm not sure that taking is good. Actually, it doesn't look great. That's knight g4 maybe. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Knight d4 is not really that great. I thought that this doesn't work because b7 is hanging, but if I take queen b7, this bishop takes c4. At c4, okay. I can also just take the queen. It's the kind of chaotic position here. Knight c6. He has knight d5 though. That could be a move. Knight d7. I have no clue what's going on. This is hanging, so should probably move it. Tja. It's very complicated. Take b7, c4 hangs, right? I don't think I could take b7. Very complicated game. And I'm losing the plot a little bit here. I'm a little bit down clockwise. Okay. Interesting. Not quite expected the way he handled this. It's a very odd situation. The knight is A very odd square. Yeah, this is not my typical kind of pawn structure, that is definitely true. He currently cannot attack the pawns all that well. Wow, he allows me to take this. It's kind of surprising. Allowing this configuration seems risky to me, but I might be wrong, of course. Maybe rook c7 is still playable. It's a luck box move. Yeah, it just about works. Just about works. Crazy stuff. This is also funny. He has this check here. And then he can basically permanently check me. Yeah, it's a luck box move, of course. That was not in any way intended. I probably should make a draw, but yeah, the luck box means he kind of stumbled into this. It just works without being planned beforehand. Okay. So, is there a mate or something? Because I want to go here. Think. Does he checkmate me? I'm really good with stuff like that, running into a mate. But I don't see it. Okay, now e6 or d7. Let's go d7. And now he doesn't even. He gets there. Rook g8. How does he stop that? Okay, so I'm winning this. I have no clue. It was a very strange game. From start to finish, didn't get it. Phew. So, yeah, I don't get the streak going, is the thing. But what is the standing? It's still close, yeah. We are 17 points away from the bad places down there, let's say. And we have enough players scoring. This is good. And how much? 30 minutes left. So I should get some games in, if possible. Okay, so maybe this is one of the... Yeah, this is unfortunately just good. Knight f3. This is, interestingly enough, not so terrible for Black. It's something that I recently checked. and it's kind of playable. Looks a lot like a standard d4 kind of position from the BOGO, actually. I can go knight e4. This is an interesting try. And then the immediate f5. This is not objectively best, probably, but you can try that. Now bring this knight over. Knight c5. Not sure. Maybe just go there. Knight c5 is probably just not a very stable move. Knight c5, queen c2, b4, stuff like that is coming. And here, this is not very attractive, but it's sturdy. Maybe he's going for c5 in this position. No, not very attractive, this thing. He maybe has f4 somewhere. I'm preparing the rook trades down the A file. Okay, so what is he doing there? c5? Or I mean, c5 I can take and play bishop to b5. Again, I'm not really... Yeah, I mean, this is not something where I think that white has done anything particularly wrong, but it doesn't feel like the most dangerous way to play. An interesting fact is that once he has played c5, he has weakened d5 quite a bit. And that can become interesting for me. But a thing that has to be in place is, I could have taken on e2 maybe, is the trade of the bishops there, because I can never take d5 as long as the bishop is on the, yeah, this diagonal is critical. But if the bishops are traded, I might be able to take. I don't use the drawing enough. Yeah, you know, you can do all kinds of wacky stuff, but it's not kind of, I don't have that internalized really. Now he's wondering what to do. This is certainly possible. Okay, so the rook is attacked. There's also a check here. Rook a2. My queen is hanging. Okay, so rook b8. Yeah, I guess rook b8. Or do we have something better? Don't see it. Okay, now here my rook now is not hanging, so I have this move here. Then he's got rook e1. It's a bit of a shame. Queen b3. Also having a look at the pawn here. Rook d2 looks very loose, but maybe it's not an immediate problem. Yeah. I could go rook b6, but he's got the check. This check, there's just king f2, but that's enough. Really awkward. Rook b2 is also in the cards. Attacking e3. It took me ages to see that. The queen trade is nothing special, but it's what it is. f4. I'm completely okay if I can take and play king e6. That's my idea now. Oh, okay. I thought I would just basically pick up that pawn now. Okay, so hey, he's got c7. Knight here. I have completely forgotten that he's got rook d8. That was very unnecessary. Okay. Yeah, just a bunch of tricks going on here. Yeah, it's just a draw. Yeah, there were some points there where probably both results were possible. Yeah, I don't get this. I don't get the streaks rolling. This is why I'm not competing for the tournament win. Just dropping too many points. So we have to be careful. We're just 6 points ahead of Sondheim. That's close, really close. Yeah, I'm not happy. I can definitely score higher. Oh, my opponent berserked. That is a pretty odd thing to do. The problem here with the berserking is that you don't even get an increment. So I have 3 minutes plus the increment. Miss fork at the end, maybe. I'm not sure at which particular position, but I wouldn't rule it out in this kind of time scramble. This can definitely happen. I don't mind a little bit of back and forth. I've got much more time. Position is about equal. He does not get an increment. I can take, huh? Don't see why not. If they berserk me, I'm usually fairly... I mean, I'm just like, okay, do whatever, do your worst, let's say. I mean, I'm not... Some people think you should counter berserk, but I'm not particularly good at that. And I'm usually just happy with playing something normal and win. In most cases, win. Not so happy with the technical play, honestly. What I did here was not ideal. But it's still very, very good for white. So I've got a couple of extra pawns. And now even more stuff is hanging. And I win. So I'm just happy to play normally and win. So wow, is that tough? Yeah, like 2 points, guys. We should win some games. What's going on here? 18 minutes. I should do stuff as well, but this is very, very narrow. We could easily go down. I mean, our formation today is not so good, but still. Have to be quick. Get some points in. The problem here with the berserking is simply that you don't get the increment. This is a real problem. If you would get it, I think the berserk would be very powerful, because if you have the 1 second or 2 second increment, the lower base time is not so relevant, I think. Would be quite interesting to berserk then, but it is not possible. You only get the 3 minutes and no additional increment. Okay, Hüni here playing very solidly, but I'm definitely okay here. It's not exactly the kind of position that you want if you I don't think Berserk gets half of the increment. I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but it was always that you don't get any increment. Maybe it was changed. What you're saying is kind of sounds normal, but I don't think it happens that way. It's very difficult to make something happen here. He's just played super solid, and now he does that. Okay, that is not super solid. It's also not terrible. Queen g3 is a good move. He's playing this quite well, honestly. Remarkable. I just have to accept this pretty awful position, because the alternatives were even worse. Very good by white. I don't really think I would fit very well within the chess brath. I have to somehow stand the music, which probably will not happen. Awful position. It's not hopefully so easy for white to win. Okay, he wants to go queen h4, quite obviously. So I can go back. Pretty awful, huh? This game was really bad. Made a draw. Awful. I really stumbled into a shooty bad position. That was really bad. Now he'd feel very scared, right? Should have simply continued and win, but so come on, let's play quickly. No, I don't really play the French defense anymore. Offers me a draw. I don't know. Not super enthusiastic about the position, but a draw is a bit early. I have a bit of a hard time to understand what he's doing here, because I mean, he definitely is aiming for some kind of counter-attacking thing, but it really looks a bit... He's giving me so much space that I cannot really believe that this is going to be okay. Like f4 next. Okay, I can go knight f5 as well. Let's go f4. And knight c5, okay. Now he wants to go d5. I can... Okay, now I can actually go back, because I just... So I pushed him to h8, and this is like, it's pretty passive what he has, but it doesn't mean it is bad, you know. He's got f6 maybe. I'm very much overextended in this position. Bishop d4. Oh, what a shame. I really hate to lose games like that, where the opponent is just like shuffling around and hopes to win by self-destruction. And this is what it is. He just basically waited until I hit the self-destruct button. Pretty bad. He always just wanted to draw, shuffling around. But okay, it's what it is. Threatening knight d5. It's not very subtle. f5 is probably a good move. No, okay. Bit surprised that he allowed that. I can take it, but it doesn't do much. Oh, so thanks a lot for gifting all the subscriptions. Thanks a lot. That's really kind. Thank you. Yeah, I should probably resign this position, this game, for the sake of the tournament. I'm always unsure about stuff like that. What a good strategy is, like, tournament wise. Bishop g6 now, maybe. I mean, he's kind of giving me some hope here with his play. Now I could win. Yeah, I think I'm winning, huh? f7. f7 is a bit of a problem. Okay, now my queen is attacked, so I can take on f7, but that doesn't do much. Huh, amazing that this actually is working. f7 is still somewhat problematic for him. Ah, he's got that friggin' check. Unbelievable. The question is, though, how does he save himself? I'm threatening all kinds of stuff. For example, that. That's made, buddy. It's made. Wow. That was not the most deserved win, but it was a win. And all of a sudden we got 20 points. That's nice. That was not very clean. Yeah, it's okay, so Schachwolf 24. Okay, this is just like, that's not going to count, right? Yeah, I don't think this game is going to count because there's only 2 minutes left. I'm not entirely certain about the rules, honestly. Yeah, win quickly is always good. This is not doing that much, honestly. Yeah, I think it will not count. Offer a draw. Is that a good strategy, offering a draw? I wonder. I have no clue if it is a good idea or not. Opponent offers a draw. Okay, it is a point, right? I get a point. I mean, it cannot be so terrible to get a point. Okay, anyway, we have managed to not go down. That's good. That's good. I mean, that's okay. I mean, this way I got a point into the whole thing, yeah, I think. Right? I think so. Okay, I played a performance of 2588, so a little bit above my rating, which is kind of okay. And I lost one game, but I was a bit lucky in some. And all in all, it was a bit sketchy. If we check the whole thing, the winning team was Schachfreunde Schwerin. We played them a lot. They have a good Blitz team anyway. And this time they even had a Dutch IM on top. That's super helpful, of course, if they this person, IM de Jong, did not play for them in the earlier matches, in the earlier tournaments. So this is new. And therefore they're a little bit stronger even, and they managed to go up to the second league. That's really good. Congratulations. Spreitbach, I wonder if Burbur is that actually, let me check. I think Burbur is probably Vladimir Bubmarkin. That's a strong GM, 2-5. So he had this Burbur, okay, now we got the sound, account already an earlier other service. And Slow Giraffe is this Vorobikov guy. I'm not good here with this. Yevgeny Vorobyov, I'm sorry, 2-5 something. So, yeah, he played a very good game against me, I remember that. So, Spreitbach has two very strong GMs and a couple of other strong players. We can also check, just for the moment, I'd like to check here on our end. We have a couple of people here in the points, 7 in the points. Yeah, very good job. And let me check here. Yeah, a good team effort, yeah. And some people in the points who were not in the points in earlier tournaments. So really good stuff. Again, I'm very thankful for the gift of the 5 subs by Pacific Victory. That was really very kind of you. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm not going to do much more. I'm on for 2 hours now, and I hope you enjoyed this. Before I leave, though, please again make sure that the thanks for the donation, Golodion. That's very kind of you. I did not see that in the middle of everything. Yeah, that was very nice. And I think there's also a cheer by Coolest Blue, yeah, and so on. Very, very nice. Thank you. I wanted to still get to the point that tomorrow is my Blitz match against Alina Kashinskaya, and it is starting at 6:30 p.m. Central European Time. So that makes it 30 minutes past noon, I think, in the US East Coast. I think if you look it up also on chess.com, it will be easy to determine the correct time for your time zone. It will be like 2.5 to 3 hours of Blitz chess, and I think it should be quite enjoyable. If I'm playing a little bit better than today, maybe there is a chance. We'll see what happens. I have to prepare well tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching the stream, and I'll be on soonish. I will do the odd stream, not like every single day, but on and off I will. Thanks a lot, and take care. See you tomorrow, I hope.